call this meeting to order. This is a special meeting of the Northfield Public School Board. Today is Monday, October 21st, 2019, and the time is 5 o'clock p.m. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Moved by Amy. Is there a second? Second by Jeff. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We now have an opportunity for public comment. This is a chance for anyone residing in the Northfield Public School District to address the board. Is there anyone here who wishes to address the board? Okay. Prior to you coming forward, I would like to just read some information around the context of public comment. This is an opportunity for residents of the Northfield School District to address the board. You're requested to do so from the podium. After being recognized, please identify yourself, and if you represent a group, please state your reason for addressing the board. I'd like to remind the public that this is a listening opportunity for the board and not a time to debate an issue. Also, the Minnesota Government Data Practices Act prohibits comments about specific student matters, even without naming the student in open session. This includes the public comment portion of our meeting. The board respects and values inputs on student matters, but when it relates to a specific student or a specific student matter, such input must be heard by the appropriate personnel, such as the building superintendent, building principal or superintendent, and not during an open meeting of the school board. So we welcome you to step to the podium and please address your, state your name and address, and if you represent a group, and we would ask that you limit your remarks to 3 minutes. So welcome.
Absolutely. My name is Michael Grieger. My address is 2730 Brockman Court. I do not represent a group. I'm representing my family, and I have children in the school district. School board, I'm here to discuss a couple different subjects with you tonight. I'm asking that the school board re-examine the use of social media by its members. Most corporations have strict guidelines on social media and what the employees are allowed to post on Facebook. I'm bringing this up because any posts of any nature can lead voters to question a board member's viewpoints on what they're voting for. As per your code of ethics, board members must vote my conscience and informed discussion unless I abstain because of a conflict of interest exists. My second point is a bit more difficult as it relates to my first, and this one's very hard. I'm asking that Tom be removed from this board. This gentleman, is my concern, is what he is doing. He's a very one-sided approach to politics and policy. We all have the freedom of speech. Tom, however, takes us way beyond its intended uses. However, my greatest concern is he's a clearly hateful individual that uses social media as a cyberbully. Just last night, he was on the Northfield Happenings Facebook page aggressively going after people for concerns over parking and a middle school child almost being hit. How does this relate to the school? I have a middle school child, and I have other kids in this school, and his thing was, it's a clear day, what's the big deal? To me, he goes way beyond it. His political viewpoints, I have to question anytime he votes on anything in the school. Is he doing it for the greater good of the school, or is he doing it for himself? Because clearly he does it for himself. So I thought I'd come up and bring this up, because I think this is a very serious matter. It's social media. I am still actually in shock. There are different school districts, I've done a lot of research, that do actually have strict guidelines that you should not be posting. And when you post down, there's a difference on posting what your political viewpoint is, but then sharing hateful messages attacking people, that is absolutely unacceptable. And if you view his Facebook page, you will find this out. If you would like, I've now printed off almost his last entire year, and I'll be more than happy to send it to you in a PDF. His concern, I've checked into everybody, everybody gets their own opinion. He's going way beyond that, and I think it's time he needs to go. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone else who wishes to address the board? Okay. Seeing no one come forward, we'll move on to tonight's item for individual action, which is the Sibley bid approval. And here to discuss the bid approval is Josh Cooper from Knutson Construction. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you, board members. First, I'd just like to say thank you for being here tonight. I know it's an unscheduled or off week for you all to be here, and it's important to the project, to the schedule, to get these contracts awarded timely because, well, winter's coming and we've got a construction schedule to maintain. So in your packets or in the agenda packet material, there is a cover letter and kind of a recap of how the bids came in. We received bids for the Sibley Elementary School addition and renovation last Tuesday, I guess was the 15th, at 3:30, and we received over 80 bids, which is great. Great coverage all the way through. Some of the bids were within hundreds of dollars. Which is great. It means it was competitive. It shows kind of the market is out there, that there's contractors out there willing to work and to eager to get going. Of the 22 contracts we're looking to award tonight, I would think, let's see, I got 6 of them that are within a 30-mile radius of Northfield. So again, as we've seen the past 2 bids, we've gotten good coverage locally and some repeat bidders that are on the other school, or contractors on the other school as well. Again, also in the cover letter, we are roughly $330,000 under budget on the construction side. Great news. We're carrying some contingency in there that without getting the ground, we'd like to hold for a little while till we get out of the ground and get out of any unknowns or unforeseens that we see. Also, we're carrying the $280,000 in furniture and $280,000 in technology as well for the school to buy furniture and equipment for the new space. We did take 2 alternates. The first one was for some glass wall door partitions in lieu of hollow metal. We plan on going over those in our project oversight committee tomorrow to decide the timing on when to accept those. I will note the first one was $48,445. The second one was for some wood ceilings. That number is $39,904. That's actually $500 light. It should be $500 more, so it should be $40,404. I had a miscalculation doing my spreadsheets, just a note. Again, I'm not sure if we'll proceed forward with those alternates. We'll see how the budget goes moving forward. Also, we would like your approval to move forward with our Knutson CMA general conditions and their fee, as well as Chosen Valley is the apparent low for the testing and inspections for the project. With that, I'll kind of open it up to any questions you might have about the recaps or the bid tabulations or anything else on the bidding process last week.
Okay. Josh, thank you. What I think I will do, board members, because it's an item for individual action, I'm going to ask for a motion, and then we would have the opportunity at that point for discussion and questions for Josh. So is there a motion to allow contracts to be issued to the bidders presented for Sibley Elementary at a cost of $5,270,005, as well as approval for the general conditions fee of $518,222, the construction contingency of $425,000, and the special inspections and testing for Chosen Valley for $13,114 as presented. Is there a motion? Moved by Tom. Is there a second? Second by Rob. Okay, opportunity for questions, comments from board members. Amy?
I just have a question, how the numbers that you just read off compare to the final project cost of $7,392,804? I just don't understand.
Josh will cover that here.
Sure. So kind of up above or under the subtotal, those are our bid package items that contractors that will contract to do the work. There are some, we call them, soft costs or general condition costs. That's what it takes to finish or manage the job and design the project, and also some numbers to kind of carry through for building permits, any abatement that we have. Overall, we're just under the total project, which is $7,392,804. I'm sorry, $782,000. So we're just under, or just at where we should be on overall contract wise, or budget wise, I guess.
So I'm understanding you to say we're just approving the subcontractor costs above because we've already done the larger
Yep.
approval. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Exactly.
Good question, thanks, Amy. Other questions, comments? I just had a question, just really to talk in theory about contingency. I think our $425,000 that we have, I think we feel pretty good about that, but just wanted you to dialogue a little bit about that and where you see that playing out or potential.
Sure, sure. So construction contingency is, for any unforeseens. We open up the ground and we find, some bad soils or whatnot. We can use that. It's also, as we get progressing through the project, if we're not using it or there's leftover, it's really for you all to make the decision on what to spend that on, if it's added scope or something else like that. And that's kind of why we took the alternates as well. If we get into the job, get out of the ground, we don't have a brutal winter that sets us back, you're more than welcome to grab those alternates to enhance the project if you see fit. So to put that in comparison, I believe I'd have to go back and look at our numbers, but on the Greenvale project, we were carrying roughly $650 in that range. So it's I don't want to say it's healthy, but it's a very comfortable number until we get out and see what we're doing.
Excellent, that's good to hear. Well, and I think compliments to Walden, to Knudsen and the team that put, the package together in terms of the projected construction costs and project costs, because, we know inflationary rates of construction were all over the board at the time we had to go to voters, and to see these projects come in where they are has just really been heartening for the board and a huge, huge relief. So
Yeah.
we really appreciate that work. So. Any other questions? No.
For my own edification, you speak that several of the bids were within 30 miles radius. Is that an advantage to the project, to the school, to the bidder, or everybody?
I think it's a little bit of everything. If you're local in town, you're not paying higher wages in the metro, or you're not traveling as far, so you get to save on a lot of that travel time or any general condition stuff that you have. I think a couple of the bidders that were successful, they're right here in town. So they've worked with the school in the past, so they get comfortable with how the documents look and how they can take advantage of being a low number.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
Jeff?
Yeah, thanks for your report. Big promoter of local contractors. I think any building that's built in a community, we have to reach out and find qualified people. So I'm glad you made that effort and found some good quality people. So
Yeah, and I think I've mentioned this to Dr. Hillman and some of his counterparts. We've got some good contractors on here, and a couple of them have worked on or have been working on either Bridgewater or Greenvale too. So they're probably taking advantage of being up here as well. So that's also positive on our side.
Well, and it's a huge sigh of relief that we're now through the three largest
Right.
projects,
Two to go,
right? And
yeah.
so the rest to bid will be Greenville renovation and Longfellow renovation, both at about $1 million. So this is just a really good place to be, and I can't believe we're at our third project already. And again, thanks to board members for being willing to be here, because this allows you now with with the next step of really then awarding the bids and getting the project
Yeah,
rolling.
You'd hate to say a week is makes a difference, but it will on this one.
In your world it does, and in our world it does too, because August 2020 will be here before, any of us realize, and that's, that's a goal that we all have. So.
August 1 of 2020.
So thank you to board members. So great questions, comments, anything further? Okay. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have concluded the business then for today's special school board meeting. So with that, I ask for a motion to adjourn. Moved by Noel, a second. Second by Amy. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.